All right, the unit circle. So we're going to build a circle with right triangles. Okay. It's really not. It's really not. Okay, so based on the warm-up this morning, what is the cosine of 45 degrees? Let's call this x and this y. Okay, so we have 0.707. We're going to actually use page 287. Remember that table I showed you yesterday? We'll turn to page 287. Okay, cosine of 45 is what? Yeah. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, right? So x over 1. So x is root 2 over 2, right? That just happens to be the x value of this coordinate. So if I'm placing a right triangle on the coordinate grid, the hypotenuse is 1. The cosine is, the value of cosine 45 is the x value. What's the sine of 45? Yep. Okay, so now you have a location of that point. Okay. Do you understand how I got that? Okay, open your brains for information. You good now? It's time to think. Okay, this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, right? With hypotenuse 1. Yes? Cosine 45. Okay, what's the ratio for cosine? So katoa, folks. Okay, adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine 45 is adjacent over hypotenuse. You with me? Okay, cosine 45. We have to look at the table on page 287. Anna, what is the cosine of 45? Root 2 over 2 equals x. Okay, that's this x. So we go over root 2 over 2. And then sine is the same thing. And then we go up root 2 over 2. So we actually have a coordinate now. Okay. Let's try another one. No. Okay, we have another right triangle that's 30, 60, 90. Hypotenuse is going to be 1 again. We want to calculate the location of that point. Okay. What is the value of x? So you're telling me that the cosine of 60, 30, sorry. Okay, no decimals. Cosine 30 is x over 1, right?
Go to your table. Is that correct? Okay, what's the sine of 30? And you have another location. All right, let's do one more and then we're going to combine them. Okay, cosine 60. So 1/2 is the x value, and the y value. Do you notice the relationship there? Sine and cosine are opposites of 30 and 60. Okay, so you see how to generate those coordinates. Are you with me? One person is. That's great. Usually at least 5 knows. Okay. What we're doing here is building a circle. Okay. So my original was 45 degrees. Okay, that was 45 degrees, right? 30 degrees. And then we had 60 degrees. Okay, look at that. It's forming a, what we're doing is forming a circle. So we've just formed the arc of a quarter circle. Okay, we would fill in, you can put cosine of 29 degrees and it would, everything would fill in. Okay. These are just the 3 most popular points for demonstration. What? Now here's the neat thing about the unit circle. What are the coordinates of that point? Negative. It's the negative x value of this one. They're mirror images. Same y value. That's still 60 degrees. What about this one? It's 45 again. The reference angle, remember the reference angle is 45. I heard that, and okay. What about the 30 degrees? Negative 3/2, 1/2. Okay, so we have 30, 45, and 60. What's the value at 90? Zero. I'll give you the x value. Yeah, you got that at 0. How high are we? 1, because the radius of that circle is 1. So that radius will sweep around. It's called the unit circle. All right, so that is 130. Here's where the unit circle becomes useful. That angle is 135, correct? 135 plus 45 is 180. Okay, what is the cosine of 135 degrees? Remember, it's the x value at that point. It's right there. You will in 2 weeks. The cosine value is the x value of those coordinates. What's the sine of 135? Yeah, root 2 over 2. It's the y value. Okay. Ah, that's a good one. Tangent. So if I go back up here, the tan of 45 is what? Opposite over adjacent, right? So yeah, let me show you why. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, which in our case is the y over the x, right? Okay, so tan 35 is the y over the x. Do you remember how to do fraction division? I don't remember anything right now. Okay, copy, dot, flip. And what do we get? You multiply them. Goodness me, folks. I feel like I'm an elementary school teacher sometimes. So my feelings are deceiving. I do not. I would. Okay.
Like when you change the top to comparison, I would not teach that. So it's not up to the hard to say.
Okay, next question. Okay, without a calculator. Without a calculator. What's the reference angle for 150? 150 degrees comes out here, and the reference angle is 30. So we're going to use those coordinates, right? Cosine and sine. So what's the cosine of 150? No, root 3. Closer.
Negative.
You just can't see it. So negative root 3 over 2 is cosine 150. What's the sine of 150? 1/2. Now what's the tangent of 150? Root 3 over 3. It's the y over the x. 1/2 over negative root 3 over 2. And then simplify. Wake up. I know, me too, really. Your principal and I had a nice conversation this morning about having a bit tired. But we still gotta have some grit. Keep fighting. Okay, that angle is the reference angle of 30 degrees. So we have negative root 3 over 2 is the x, that's cosine. Sine is 1/2. Tangent is y over x, which simplifies to which simplifies to 2 root 3 over 2 times 3, which is root 3 over 3. You did tell us, but you didn't know why. Was math what? Oh boy. Okay. Now, stretching the unit circle down here, let's try cosine (225), sine 225, tangent 225. Okay, so you have a 225-degree angle. This is on your own. What are the coordinates of that point? And what are sine, cosine, and tangent? This is the last one. I'm going to give you a break on today. This is the last one. If you can do it.
225 is 1.
What's the reference angle? What is the x-axis? What is that angle? The reference angle.
whole thing's 225. John knows.
45.
45 degrees.
Is that a B or an A?
Okay, so if that's a 45-degree angle, what are these coordinates? Anna, what's the x value? It's the same as that x value. Negative root 2 over 2. And what's the y value? Negative root 2 over 2, because it has to be the mirror image of that one. It pops into the negatives. Okay, so do cosine, sine, and tan of 225. It's the same. You with me? What's the problem? Mathematically. What's the problem?
I have just that kind of long.
All we're doing is making a circle here. So, this point is 45-degree angle right here. Those coordinates, those ones at 45, those ones at 45, and these ones here have the same numbers. They're just differing by a sign, a positive or negative. Right? So this is a positive y, because they're both cut. But positive x, negative x, because it's the left of the x. You got 4 points differing by a negative or positive. Go better?
Yeah.
Okay, and the same thing for this 30-degree angle. 30, 30, there'll be another one here, potentially another one here. There's positives and negatives.
How do you know?
60 as well.
How do you know this big number? Number.
The biggest thing is figure out the reference. I don't have no mercy on you. Let's cosine 225. Let's play the random game here. Taylor, wow, how about that? No calculator.
I already got it.
That's not what I'm looking for. What is the x value of that coordinate? That's cosine of 225.
So how do you do like 180?
180?
What is it?
What's the coordinate of that point?
In the bottom.
Negative 1, 0. And negative 1, 0 there. So the sine, the cosine of 180 is negative 1. The sine of 180 is 0.
If sine is only negative 2,
Sine here is negative 2 over 3.
tan negative 2,
Yes.
The point.
what if tan 180 is 0?
Tan 180 is 0. Yes.
Yeah, so the 180 is that one.
It's
Is 0?
0. 0 over 1. 0 over negative 1. Yes, 0.
So the secret,
So I got about half of you are shaking your heads. Yeah, I can get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Who's not? Thank you, Zach. You're gonna get some help.
Where do you start? I didn't know where do you sit, you know where you start. Yeah.
These,
Yeah, where do they start? No, not those, the angles and, like, those numbers.
like those,
Yeah.
or these.
Well, first the angles. How do you figure it out?
225 is closest to that x-axis, right? You go 180 plus 45. So 45 is my reference angle. 45 always has those coordinates. Usually we figure out if it's positive or negative. So it's all based on 0, up, 180 back, or up, 0, 360 back. Whatever you're referencing, let's determine the coordinates. Let me give you the work so the bell rings. I think we'll probably have to work on this a little bit tomorrow. So you read it. If you can. So if you guys are having trouble, there are no sports in session right now. Try to get some, take advantage of this time you have off. Or solidify your grades. Sequence 1 over cosine. Or what's cosine?
Yeah, it's fine. All right, shut her down.